Hey, I'm Becca. I'm a junior here at Lees-McRae. I play tennis for the school, and then I do lots of other cool things that I'll talk about whenever you start asking questions.
Hi, I'm Tara. Oh my God. Hey everyone, my name is Mary Whittaker. I'm a junior here at Lees-McRae College. I'm a student ambassador with Order of the Tower. I'm also an honors student and a tutor at the tutoring center. I'm from Central Florida and I'm majoring in wildlife biology and psychology and minoring in art and design.
Hi, I'm Chloe Maddox. I am a senior here, about to graduate this May. I'm a double major with biology and also psychology. Hopefully I'll be an orthodontist one day, so that's that. I got two beautiful dogs that come to class with me, and Lees-McRae is my home away from home.
Hi y'all, I'm Brittany Carswell. I'm from Burke County, North Carolina. I'm a criminal justice major and I'm a senior here. I will be graduating in May with Chloe as well, and hopefully going to become a probation officer after this.
Hey guys, I'm Josh Cady. I'm from Aiken, South Carolina. I'm also a senior, second semester senior. I am studying criminal justice and minoring in cycling studies, which is the only one in the country, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Hi, my name's Meredith. I'm a second semester senior as well. Pre-vet major, resident director, and do some other stuff that I can't remember right now.
I'm from North Florida, so woohoo, Jacksonville people.
I'm from Gibson, North Carolina.
I'm from Georgia, I forgot to mention it. So we have Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Got a little bit of everybody down here in the southeast. But we travel a lot.
Hey guys, I'm Bree, and I'm behind the scenes. I'm going to be reading the questions to these guys. These are the Lees-McRae ambassadors. If you haven't figured that out yet, also known as Order of the Tower. You may recognize some of these people because they give you a tour when you come to this. We'll give you a couple minutes to start your questions. On the video here. So our first question is from Kevin. Life on campus?
We definitely have a lot of diversity in the sense of where we get our food from. We have 9 Science Bagels, cafeteria, we have the provisional in the library, we also have a kind of hangout area, Wiley's, and they can talk more about quality and things like that. But we just have a lot of, we don't get food from one place, we can get food from multiple different places.
Yeah, so as a freshman, the meal plan that you'll get includes unlimited access to the cafeteria, which is open for 3 hot meals a day. It is open between those meals with a huge variety of stuff that's always there, like a salad bar, a sandwich bar,
Most importantly, the ice cream.
The ice cream, yeah.
Cereal options,
Frosted
Flakes, Lucky Charms, let's go.
I like the homemade dessert.
The dessert bar, yeah.
So you'll have unlimited access to that at any time of the day. And then you also get about $270 to spend at Wiley's 9 Science Bagels, which is the grill and the bagel shop. So
First semester.
first semester.
They also proudly serve.
Also, Wiley's does these things called meal swipes, which is really cool. If any of you guys are looking to be like athletes and everything, and even if you're not, they work just as well. But it's like if you ever get stuck in a late practice or like a late rehearsal or anything like that, you can go in and get something like with the little icon on the menu, and you can just say you want it as a meal swipe, so it counts as if you're swiping into the cafeteria instead of taking off of that $270.
Yep. So a question from Brent. How hard is it to balance being an athlete and a student?
Well, I think we have I think 3 of us are athletes on the panel, so we can all provide different takes on that. I definitely say it takes some work, but you get used to it, and your coach is there to help you out. And then we have great different tutoring services, and the professors are really great at helping you. But it's all about knowing your workload. Obviously, I wouldn't say sign up for 18 or 19 hours the semester that you're in season. I say that because that's what I did right now. But if you're a fall season sport, maybe concentrate on trying to take the brunt of your coursework in the spring. or vice versa. But it's all about like biting off what you can chew and just knowing that there are resources out there to help you if you do start struggling.
I'm pretty much in season year round, if not practicing during fall and spring. And basically, you really just have to learn to manage your time. Luckily, like I'm quite well at time management skills. And so I focus on, obviously I put school first, and then I have sports, and then Order of the Tower, different clubs, my job, like really focusing on your time management skills. But I really love being an athlete for Lees-McRae because I get to represent my college, not only here during these live videos, but also at different meets. I'm on the track team along with Josh here. He can tell you more things about being an athlete and a student.
It's definitely going to be a huge commitment no matter where you go. But definitely one of the advantages of being at a smaller school and having, I think the stats right at 40% of students are athletes. So the professors are already pretty familiar with schedules today. I was in a class earlier today, and it was actually in here, and the softball team, they had a game that was canceled today, and it was pushed back until next Tuesday or Thursday. And so you get a lot of, the professors are certainly understanding of the schedule and demanding and in season and different things like that. So that's a big advantage of the smaller class size, as well as getting to know those professors, and your professors are pretty familiar with athletes and their busy schedules.
Yep. We'll even see him at an event every now and then too.
Oh yeah, I've had one of my professors, shout out Dr. Craig, has come up to me like in the cafeteria and has been like, hey, so when's your first net match? Because I want to come watch it, you know? So the professors get just as involved as the students do and everything. So while it is a commitment, it's definitely like, it's easier to balance at a small school like this because everybody's involved and willing to help you out.
So that same question, not only sports, can also go to different clubs if you guys are in. You can explain club life and all of the, and what is the student, organizations that you do, being RAs and RDs, and so just as much as sports.
Definitely time management.
Megan asked, can you talk about different ways on how you can find people attending and to your roommate?
Social media.
Depending on what summer orientation you go to, if you go to the first summer orientation and you meet somebody there that you really like, and you can see yourself living with them, you can definitely pick that to them to be your roommate.
Yeah. Social media is a huge one. So there's an admitted student Facebook page that you can get on and start talking to people there. And even if you don't decide to live with any of them, you still already start to get to know people that you're coming into school with. But I mean, I found a bunch of people going to Lees-McRae all through different social medias and everything like that. So don't be afraid to get out there and start requesting friendships and stuff like that, because I mean, that's just kind of like the world we live in nowadays. So.
And as a freshman, you'll fill out a survey before you come as soon as you get accepted. And our director of housing, Denise Dyer, is really awesome about putting people together that she thinks work good together. So when you get the survey, don't lie on it, because some people do. They're like, yeah, I'm an early bird. I go to bed early, and they wind up staying up till 4 a.m. blasting music. The survey's there to help y'all, so just make sure you're truthful on it.
So definitely check out the social media pages for the admitted Bobcats. And then even if you don't find someone, Denise is really amazing at getting people together with people they'll be compatible with as roommates.
She's just amazing in general.
Yeah, she is.
And then a lot of times, really quickly, if you're an athlete or something like that, sometimes your coach will pair you with other athletes. But it depends on the coach, depends on the team. So that's another option.
It's perfectly okay testing it out too, because in case it doesn't work out, we do have roommate change days and everything like that. You're not stuck in anything for life. So.
And that's 2 weeks after you come in, and it's free of charge. So that's usually, we get a lot of changes then if it's not working. So.
Kevin asks, is this school, or do we have law and history?
So we have a history major and minor. As far as law, we don't offer that as a degree, but we have 2 different law courses. We have business law that you can take if you're interested, and then we also have criminal law if you're interested in more of that side. And then we offer a white collar class under our criminal justice program that talks a lot about different things like that. So we have a wide range of classes that you can take if you're interested in law, while we don't have an actual like degree program. But for history, we have a full major and minor program.
And then also with the criminal justice like degree and everything, they also try and pair a little bit with the business department and take trips to different like law schools around here that are similar to Lees-McRae that are small and everything. So you can get the feel of that area too.
We also constantly have different like graduate school fairs and other things like that. Appalachian State has one, like, I don't know if it's every semester, but I know that they have one in the spring all the time. And career services here will offer like a field trip type thing for the people who sign up. They'll offer a field trip and you can go down to App State and there will be a lot of like law schools there and stuff like that. So
I think I've even seen a tax law class pop up in between all 4 years of being here as well.
Yep.
I've even taken psychology classes that have to do with law and how pick juries and everything like that. A lot of
The cycling studies, one of the classes we focused on bicycle law as well.
That's so really there's so many options.
So you can take a bunch of different law classes and then there you go.
That's a really cool thing about our professors too. Since we're a small school, they can just like say, hey, I want to teach a class about this. And there you go. I know that's happened with a lot of my biology courses. Like Kelly Collins, one of our professors now, was like, I want to teach a class all about infectious diseases. So now there's an infectious diseases class, and it's really cool.
And
So
we also are a liberal arts college, so you are going to get a little bit of everything, especially your freshman year. Those just general core classes, you're going to take a history class, you're going to take a psychology class, a rhetoric class. So yeah, it's a good thing you get, you put a foot in every water of
And you're going to need
education.
some elective credits as well.
Yeah, you take racket sports or golf, whatever you.
And another really cool thing is that like you can do independent studies here as well. So that's really cool because I'm taking one right now where I decided to take Greek as my language. So I'm taking that as an independent study. I know someone who is currently taking wilderness literature as an independent study. So it's just like you can find different professors and say, hey, I really, really want to like learn about this. Is there a course or something like that? And then next thing you know, like you could be taking an independent study and learning about something like that.
I'm taking an independent study on the history of orthodontics and modern medicine and orthodontics as well right now. So it varies.
Megan asked, how much harder are the honors classes from regular classes?
Honors question. So honors classes are classes that are going to be required for graduation anyways. So when you sign up or get accepted into the honors program, you're not taking classes that you wouldn't have to take anyways. So there's core classes that someone mentioned earlier, like your literature, your history, things like that. You're going to take an honors group instead of just in a regular class setting. The classes are a little bit smaller and they're with mostly all other honors students, which can be really fun. You sort of get to build community with your classmates through that. And they tend to be more writing and discussion based rather than just throwing a lot of extra coursework and busy work at you. What makes them honors classes is the focus on writing and discussion and critical thinking. So there's kind of that added component rather than like adding extra classes or adding a lot of busy work. So there's definitely an added component to it, but it's pretty cool and you get to sort of delve into a different area of classwork that is sometimes not as heavily emphasized in non-honors classes.
Also scholarship opportunity as well.
yeah. And I know with like some of the honors classes, you don't have to be an honors student to take that class because I've taken a few. I didn't want to be in the honors program, but I've taken a few of the honors courses just to challenge myself a little bit more. So
Lees-McRae is really great at not putting people in boxes, so there's not classes where only you're allowed to come in and anybody can take, obviously there's prerequisites for each class, but you're not going to feel different or better or worse than anybody else. So we don't really like to put people in a box. So you can be in a class with an honors student, not even knowing it. And so
David asked, are there any recommended items that you would suggest buying or bringing before moving day?
A box man.
yeah,
box
honestly.
man.
Yeah.
But also,
Unless you need to
I need a blanket, yeah, because you're in the mountains. So, yeah.
I brought a water filter and I like just having that in the room. That's like a little thing.
Pictures
of your family.
2 mini fridges, so I was really, I would say get a mini fridge.
Yeah, a mini fridge, yeah, because you don't.
I think like also, if you're a person, so most of our rooms have people in them. But if you're a person that just really like to watch like Netflix or something like that, I'm definitely a big fan of either Apple TVs or Roku's. Like I have a Roku right now, and I didn't realize how much it was going to change my life, but I love it. Trust me, I still do my schoolwork, but I also just really like having Netflix like on my TV. So if you're into that type of stuff, also like the little light bulb wax burners for all of you people who really like your rooms to smell nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Definitely recommend getting one of those because they're amazing.
Because we're not allowed to have candles, but
Yeah.
as far as like appliances and stuff you can bring a crock pot, and you can have a microwave. Toasters and toaster ovens are not allowed. You can get by with some of the other stuff. Yeah, as long as it's not an open heat source and has an automatic shut off. Rice cookers, you can bring a rice cooker. People do some crazy stuff in a rice cooker.
My favorite thing I've ever brought was an electric kettle that had an automatic shut off. I'm British, so hot tea is like my life, and so that electric kettle, you can make oatmeal, you got grits going, got some tea.
And if you have questions about it, just ask Res Life members and we'll
Here's
be able to
my
clarify.
my family's friends. I never really
I would definitely recommend coordinating with your roommate. However you end up getting a roommate, just talk to them about what they're bringing and make sure you know all of that.
Just by default, I'm going to have to say bring a bike too, just for fun.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see the bike blocks, bike racks filled.
And of course at because we live in such a beautiful place, you will literally see people string Enos all across campus.
And over top of you.
And in case you don't know it, Eno is like a super versatile hammock you can hang anywhere.
Yeah, literally.
You can also spend $20 and save money and go to Walmart and buy one because that's what I did. And I love my hammock.
Also, bring stuff for the snow. If you're a person that can't just drive home and drop off your summer clothes and grab your winter clothes, like me, because I live 9 hours away, so making that trip might be a little hard. Definitely just think ahead of the time and bring stuff for the snow, bring stuff for the cold, because it'll hit you in October and it'll start getting really cold, and then next thing you know, you have like a snow in December and you haven't gone home yet to grab that type of stuff. So just come prepared for that type of weather.
On top of that, storage bins are always helpful.
Christmas lights.
I'm weird. I like to bring my rug and my tapestries. Like I like to make it look pretty.
I like it.
Make it look homey. That's always nice. But of course, coordinate with your roommate beforehand.
Ramen noodles probably be a big one.
Oh yeah.
Make it ask or diffuser.
Like the old diffusers?
Like the air.
They can be iffy just because some people have allergies. So
Check with your roommate for sure.
yeah.
Just as long as it's not something you're sticking out the hallway and like forcing everybody else to be
And if it's not
like
too
to
strong.
smell, then you should be good. As long as it's in your
Don't
room
burn like
and everything.
Things that some people. Like vanilla. Everybody likes vanilla.
Hi.
Hey, I love vanilla. Hi.
Give me
like
some
lavender.
food.
Like lavender.
Yeah, it's just
like-
being respectful of other people's space and everything like that, and just recognizing that like the scent that you might think is great might not be the scent that the person next door to you thinks is great. So just like being respectful of other people and noticing that like, yes, I want this, but then like picking like a neutral smell that, most people find enjoyable.
I'm from Georgia.
Brant asks, will I be guaranteed that a teammate as a roommate, or how about I'm running cross?
Hey, your Coach Butcher or DJ really, they try their best to put you, just coming from someone who's done cross country and track, they put you with a teammate. So
And
and you move
usually
in
be in the
earlier.
same area too.
Yeah, same area, and also you move in a week earlier since cross country is in the fall, so you'll be training, so you will pretty much have campus to yourself with all the RAs, RDs, and cross country teams. So.
I know right now that, like, I know for sure all of the guys on the track team as freshmen have other track members as roommates, so I know that for sure.
I was I was placed with, I was a track and field athlete coming in still, but I was placed with a couple cross country. But all the cross country kids were with other cross country or track and field kids, except for the one who found his best friend at orientation.
Yeah.
He was a cyclist, so but they were still on my hall.
Yeah.
Josh and
Okay, next one. Okay. Next question. Hey,
Kevin asked how many students in the school?
just 7,000.
So we have about 670 on campus and about 1,000 on campus plus online.
Yeah.
We have the ratio of students to faculty is about 15-1, which is super awesome. And if you ever had to have a class with, a couple hundred kids, it's really easy to get sort of lost with a number. But with that really awesome ratio, it's really not going to happen. So yeah, we love being small.
And it's really cool because you get to know literally everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
As opposed to like bigger schools with thousands, you're not going to know everybody. Here, you pass everybody. Like,
Your professors really get to know you too. Like, if you're out sick or something and it's not usual for you to be out of class a lot, they'll email and ask you, like, are you okay?
or call you.
Or call you, or send someone
Or
to check
text
on
you.
you.
Or Snapchat. I Snapchat some of my friends.
Talk about some of
I'll repeat the question.
the Kevin asked, are there any Asian guys there?
Yes, we have students from all over the United States, and I think we have students from 13 different countries at the moment. A lot of our students are concentrated from the North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee area, just because a lot of how people find out about Lees-McRae is through word of mouth, like, hey, my cousin went there, and so we do have a lot of local.
But we have a
Local
ton of
people, but
international.
That we do have a lot of
Yeah, we do.
international
We do
students,
have
and there
international
are students from all over the United States. So there definitely is quite a bit of diversity here on campus.
Ashley asked, what is the most exciting event you always
Sports game. Mountain Day. I love Mountain Day.
Snow days.
Okay, wait. So start with married and then go say
It's so hard to narrow it down.
So we always have a ton of awesome events, but I think my favorite would have to be Mountain Day, which we do twice a year. So, and that was started by our founder, and we carry on the tradition. The one in the fall is Mountain Day of Fun, so we get out of classes and we just go hang out with each other by the lake, and there's usually bouncy houses, which you think is a little immature, but even
It's
college
not.
kids,
It's fun to see
they're
about
really
college
fun.
kids. My favorite's the log.
I love watching Brittany eat it all the time. Like, I'm the one recording it at the bottom, so it's great. And then our second one, Mountain Day of Service, is a great way for us to give back. Our Edgar Tufts, our founder, was really big in the service. So during the second Mountain Day, we sign up for different service projects, either on campus or in our community. And we're just allowed to give back to our community that gives us so much for allowing us to be here. So.
Student development puts on a lot of different fun things every single week. So bubble soccer and bowling night would probably be my top two. Bubble soccer is on campus, and then bowling night they provide transportation, or you can drive yourself or with your friends to the local bowling alley and boom. And then they provide 2 hours of free bowling, and so you can't beat free bowling.
I like snow tubing. The most probably that's because I like to be out in the snow.
You guys even go to professional games.
Yeah, and I like the Carolina, because we offer the Carolina Panthers game usually in the fall. So I like to go to that.
She's the one that does most of the events. She's our old pro coach.
I'm not ex-president. I've passed it down to Miss Jessie Green. She carries on that tradition now. So.
I have a lot of fun at casino night, and I also
Movie nights are
some
always great.
trivia is my favorite
I love
thing.
trivia night.
I was like, man, what was it? Trivia night, which we do a lot, and there's theme. We've done oh god,
Disney
different
trivia, history,
Disney.
American history trivia, and a lot of times it's just general trivia. Last month's trivia night, they asked like a lot of questions about outer space, and I was like, heck yeah. So whatever your expertise is, there's going to be a trivia night. There's so much fun. It happens at least once a month.
And those are put on by our dean of students because he absolutely loves trivia and he loves interacting with the students.
Yeah.
So if you ever meet John Driggers, you will remember him because he's just a very outgoing, bubbly person.
Yeah, and any event that he hosts has awesome prizes, like
Yeah.
Lees-McRae swag, or like movie tickets, or free food, or whatever is really.
He'll always have a good dad joke for you.
Oh yeah.
He'll always have a good dad
The
joke.
giveaways are great. Xbox. We give away Xbox on the TVs, Apple,
My birthday
like smart
actually.
A Kindle
Oh
Fire.
my gosh, we have an exam breakfast and sorry, I'm like, but we also, yeah, there was one Appalachian Heritage Week
Yeah.
where the guy, he comes in and we throw pottery. Like, I made so many coffee mugs and bowls and like so much stuff last semester. This exact time last year.
Right.
What's your story?
My favorite would probably have to be the spaghetti dinner. It's put on by the members of the Presbyterian Church on campus. We do quite a few events with them throughout the semester. But the spaghetti dinner it's right before final exams. It's twice a year. And it's just like the line is like out the door. They make so much spaghetti and like garlic bread, and you can always count on them to have Krispy Kreme. It's just really nice to have that homemade dinner right before final exams when we're all a little bit stressed out studying and stuff like that.
They remind me of my mama, and it makes me so happy.
It's such a smooth transition from like home to school. It really is.
Well, I'm basic. I really love the sporting events. So like soccer games, basketball games, volleyball games, men's volleyball games. Like it doesn't matter. Like okay, track and field never holds their beats here, but I would go. So, but no, I like. There's just we have a couple really tight rivals. So like any game against King, Belmont Abbey, or Limestone is going to be like just insane and intense. So definitely like those, I just love going to those. I go with my team and we always just like have a really good time. Concessions makes like the best popcorn ever. So yeah, it's really basic. Like there's so many other things about the school that are great, but just like I love watching sports, and so just going to those sporting events has got to be one of
Our
my favorite
basketball
things.
is in right now. And you will see like
We beat the #1 team with 2 buzzer beater shots. It's fine. I lost my mind. It was great.
Homecoming is my also favorite.
I love
homecoming.
I live for homecoming week. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna come back to it.
She always says that because she was queen. So
So yeah, sports.
Natalie says, is wilderness literature for a certain major?
I don't think it's necessarily required by a certain major. But
Yeah, so it's like it can be taken as a literature elective, but it also can count towards a literature, like a literature credit towards an English degree, or I think that a lot of outdoor recreation management students take it. I don't think it's required, but they pair it with a couple different degrees, and you can also take it as an elective, but it's not required as far as I know for any degree.
Grant says, generally know who our roommate is and their contact info.
Usually after the first session.
Yeah, it's like right in between June and July, you'll usually get your packet of information so you can start like texting or emailing or calling your roommate.
I call them voicemail. Hey guys, it's Chloe. We got to speak to roommate. I did that. That was me.
yeah, and so I know for me, I got it by email, but I also got a letter in the mail. So I got it both ways. So yeah, that's normally when you'll get that, just kind of like right in the middle of summer. That way you have enough time to like talk to them and get to know them a little bit first before you just like show up to school and are like, hey, so I brought the microwave, like, you know. So
David says, do the students at go on McRae?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
They do.
they do.
I've taken classes like I had in my organic chemistry class here, and there was an App State student in my class, and I've taken classes Or I know people take classes that have to.
I work at the restaurant in town, and I work with the majority of my coworkers are app students, and we get along just fine. I mean, like, we're not necessarily rivals. We're just like,
We're a tiny school, they're a big school.
Yeah.
Sometimes
The only
they're kinda
thing
like
that we
me.
have in
Yeah.
competition with them is they like to claim that they're the highest campus in the eastern United
Yeah.
States. And I'm like,
We're right above you.
They think they get more snow than us, but we all know we
But
get
no,
more
for
snow.
the most part, like, we're all pretty cordial and everything.
Except for Chick-fil-A student night.
Yeah.
We all go to Moon.
Chick-fil-A that night.
It's $4 for like Chick-fil-A, which is awesome. So then you fight all of them. But
You get a large drink, a large fry, and
to
a
be fair,
sandwich.
I think you'd even fight a Lees-McRae.
Yeah. I'll take her and I'll take her.
Chick-fil-A is just fight night, like, for anyone.
Anyways,
It's just a good area. You get along with students. I mean, we're all in college. Both of them are college towns. Everybody working out. Yeah.
I do some volunteering with app students. Like we go to the same places to volunteer. So it's all good.
And they reach out to us sometimes at their big major games, and like they'll want our students to come and help, like work on them sometimes. So yeah, we all get along pretty well.
Evan wants to know how to become a student.
SGA president.
I love when we like point. We're like so excited about this question.
So student government, anyone can join. It's open to all students. If you want to be a class officer or have an executive position on the exec board, you would go through an application process. But it's really, if you just want to join and be a part of SGA, it's open to everyone. And it's a really great organization because we do so much on campus, and really our main goal is to be the voice for students in a way that we want to make the college experience as amazing as possible for everyone on campus. So we love when students come to us and have different requests, like maybe you want to see different events going on, maybe there's things around campus that you want to see changed, and so that's the outlet that you would go to with student government. And we also just do a ton of different projects on campus. I go to student government for input on things like homecoming, on the Mountain Day of Service events, a lot of different events we do. I represent the students, and so the way I do that is by getting all the students' opinions. So if you want to see stuff on campus, it's a really great way to come to those meetings and let us know what you think and your opinion and stuff like that.
It's also really cool because the SGA meetings try and have representatives from at least all of the clubs. So then, like, if you've created a club or if you're a part of a club, or even if you're just like a regular student and you want to go, like, you can go and your voice is heard and your input is heard and it all matters, which is really, really awesome. So yeah, go SGA.
Caitlin says, are there any GSA clubs at Lees-McRae?
What?
So we did have Prism, which was an LGBTQI plus group. They underwent some like leadership changes, and then I think the main people like involved in that just graduated and moved on and everything. So I don't know if we have necessarily an active club right now. We definitely have a strong community for people who I identify in that. But if you wanted to start a club, it's super easy. We have a campus life coordinator and everything. And SGA as well. You go to SGA and handle that. So while we might not have an active one at the moment, if you did come and you say, hey, I really think that this is something that's needed, it would be super simple to start one. And I think you can talk a little bit more about that actual process.
So Student Government Association, we oversee all RSOs, that's registered student organizations. We oversee all clubs, and we're the organization you go to when you want to start a new club. So to start a club, it's really, it's pretty easy. You just need to get sort of a constitution going so that you have some bylaws and rules to follow. You want to get an advisor, you want to get an exec board together, and a rough list of members so that you know that you'll have a roster. And you just bring it to SGA, we'll approve it. We'll see if there's any other questions or anything like that. But while we don't have an active LGBT club right now, you can just come on campus and start one up again.
Yeah, the words and the process sounds like a lot, but just to show you how easy it is, last year, so my sophomore year,
we had a group of students that were incoming freshmen that decided that they wanted an outdoors club, and we have a club expo the second week of school, and they had a table and a board set up at the club expo as a registered student organization. So while verbally it might sound like a lot, I promise it's super simple. So if you really felt like we needed an active club like that again, you could definitely get one going.
Yeah, and that goes for any type of organization. If you want to see it on campus, and if you have the passion for it, you can make it happen. Because SJ is here to support all students on campus. So anything you want to, start up, we're here for you guys to help you out.
Okay, guys, we have like 2 minutes left for some questions. We're gonna try to wrap up a little bit, but we're gonna try to get as many questions in as we can. Hannah asked, how do honors dorms differ from regular dorms?
There's one honors residence hall on campus, and that's Cannon Cottage, or affectionately known as the Honors Cottage. It's a pretty small building. I think maximum occupancy is 12 people. And it's just a little bit smaller, and like I mentioned earlier, how the honors program kind of has a tight-knit community. That's sort of the emphasis. We have a really nice common area and an awesome balcony that I love. So it's kind of just like a more like study-oriented space with people who are all going to be focused on academics, even in their residence life.
And also, as a freshman honor student, most of our freshman honor students are housed on like the 4th floor of Ava Residence Hall, which is for all freshman females, so if you are a freshman female. And so you're pretty much there together, and you have that close-knit community like in the honors cottage and everything.
But they're also like intertwined throughout all the other residence
Yeah,
halls.
we don't have like
to be
necessarily
separate.
specific like honors residence halls besides the Cannon Cottage or the Honors Cottage, which is where they would choose to live if they wanted to. Other than that, like we try and integrate everyone together.
Bella asks, I have a lot of people who say because it's so small, it will feel like high school. Do you think that is true?
No, okay, so no, I don't want you guys to think that just because we're a small college, we're comparable to high school, and then therefore you wouldn't want to come here. There are still 650 students on campus. While comparing that to App, it's a small number. It's 650 people. I don't know everyone on campus. I'm still having classes. I'm a junior, and I haven't seen, or I don't really know the names of the people in my class. So while it is a smaller campus, there's still a ton of people that you get to know when you get to meet throughout your time here. And it's not high school. It's so much different. You're living on campus. You're in college. Your classes are different. Your peers are college students.
You have a lot of freedom.
And the accreditation, the accreditation that we have at school means that even though we're small, our classes are still held to the same rigorous standards that a larger institution's classes would be. So yeah, it's nothing like high school.
No, you're held to a higher standard, you're mature, or you're going through the mature process and everything. Like you're still at college, so no, not like high school.
I really like it because I've been to App and everybody kind of puts their head down and walks past everyone, but at Lees-McRae, I say hi to everybody.
It's a benefit to be able to know a ton of people that you walk by and just to say hi and stop and have a chat. That's a benefit to you because that's how you build community.
Yeah.
Don't be like, hey, how you doing?
We actually have a couple of people kind of ask this question, but what is there to do off campus and what do you do on the weekends?
I live off campus, so I'm actually a commuter, but there's
so much.
plenty of place. If you like hiking, this is one of the most beautiful areas I've ever been. You can ride your little bicycle everywhere. You can do that.
And it's ski season. The ski resorts stay open until 10.
Yeah, for sure. So we're in between two
Dog
ski
parks
mountains.
too.
We have Grandfather Mountain. There's Linville. There's Elk River Falls. Like there's so many different places that you can go. Plus there's Boone, which is a legitimate college town and everything.
And
so
it's 20 minutes.
And it's 20 minutes. You just hop in the car with your friends and go, and you can get dinner or go to the movie or go bowling or whatever. And then there's Johnson City and stuff like that. So it's just like there's so much. Like it's just such a culturally rich area with so many different things to do that as long as you're willing to invest in finding something to do, and as long as you're willing to like go have fun, then yeah, you're gonna find something to do. But I always tell students, it's what you put into it. Like we are a smaller school, so you get what you give.
We do a lot of stuff on campus, but like as far as off campus stuff,
and
it's out there. You just have to go
In addition to that, we have a ton of volunteer opportunities. On the weekends, I go to the Avery County Humane Society. So we have all these different like humane societies. We have like food banks. We have the elderly home. We have so many different volunteer opportunities all around us that you can take part in. Which is it's a little different than hanging out with friends, but it's still such a great activity to take part in the weekends to give back to your community.
Ashley asked, do you have a sorority?
Yes, we have two. We have Delta Zeta Nu sorority and we have Delta Omicron Theta sorority. And those two sororities, it's the same process. When you come in your first semester, they do a rush process, and then so you do that to get in. And they also we have a Meet the Greeks week. So that's when you can go and hear about the different Greek life that we have on campus, and find out which one is right for you.
So like she said, we have the two sororities, and then we have one fraternity.
We have two officially now.
Wow.
Bach.
Yeah, Bach is the brother fraternity to Dot, and then Kappa Nu is the brother fraternity to DZN. So those two sororities and fraternities are often getting together and doing events and collaborating.
We've heard pretty cool parties in Wiley's.
Yeah,
I always look forward to that.
I always look forward to vacations.
For our last question, how safe is campus? And then what about campus security?
We have security on 24/7.
365 days a year. They're always here.
Wait, you should answer this.
Our campus is really, really safe. We never have issues with it. We also have res light that's on all the time.
I got you for tonight.
Literally, she's on duty
Got
right
you
now
for
for
tonight.
all of campus. She's the RD on duty. So our RAs will be, when they're on duty, they do their rounds throughout their residence halls. RDs do it across all of campus. So if anything goes down, which is probably not, it's going to be a pretty huge job to solve it.
Tonight that will be me. And I mean, security does rounds as well. And so I come from a really big city, and coming from a big city to the smaller community, not only a small college, but a small town, I can genuinely say that I feel so safe because I have people looking out for me. I've had RAs offer to walk me back to my room late at night when I'm coming back from the library. I know I can call any RA or RD if I ever feel uncomfortable. And just having that smaller community and everyone knows you, you just feel safer because you feel that because your family is surrounding you.
Yeah, and Bedrock is a really safe area as well, just in general. So
Closest thing to home is the squirrels.
I've previously said that the transition from my home to was really smooth for me. I mean, my father is running for sheriff, so always grown up as a cops kid, and I think Stuart is a good fatherly figure for me, at least. The head of our campus security here is. Yeah. You can call security anytime. They're not going to not answer your phone. I mean, you can like things happen, and I just needed a fatherly figure to talk to. And I was like, Stuart, hey, come on, let's have a chat.
And in addition to that, I would always recommend, of course, just to take part in those standard safety procedures that you take anywhere. I mean, if you're coming from the parking lot, wherever you are, you want to be aware of your surroundings. You don't want to be glued to your phone. You want to walk around, just keeping your head up, knowing what's around you, and just it's always just a good idea to take part in those standard safety procedures, and then doing that.
And then basic safety too, when it snows, they're scraping the walkways. You're not gonna. I mean, most of the time. So.
And also, we have an alert system that parents can also sign up for. So, if there's cancellation because of snow, or if we're getting out early, or
bear sightings.
Bear sightings or something, they're going to tell you where it is, and they're going to give you those alerts. You can choose through text message, email, or you can get both. So, pretty nice.
It's a really safe campus in general. Yeah, so it is. I've never felt unsafe while here.
I never.
And a lot of parents like this. The fire department is literally next door.
And we have volunteer fire department,
students. And EMS, a lot of our students are emergency personnel. So they're literally there like that. So it's great.
Well, thanks guys for all of your questions. If you have any other specific questions, feel free to email our admissions staff. But we thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
I hope you come please subscribe.
Check us out on social media.
I'm getting sore with you guys.
Tune in next time.
Make sure to like our interviews and
Wednesdays in the morning, guys.
Bye. Have a
Thanks, guys.
Bye, y'all.